We're going to look at a couple more things that you can do with arrays in this movie before we move on to multi-dimensional arrays. We looked at sorting arrays earlier on in this chapter, but we're only looking at numerically indexed arrays. When we come to sort an associative array, we have two options. We can either sort by the keys, or we can sort by the values of the associative array. And the functions that carry out these two different kinds of sorting are ksort and asort. And asort will sort greetings, the array greetings, by the values rather than by the keys. So let's save our file and have a look. As we can see there, the order that it's put it into is by alphabetically by the value of each element. So D comes before H, comes before S. If we wanted to reverse that, we'd simply use the AR sort. Let's save that. Take a look back at our browser. We can see it's reversed it this time. S, as the latest in the alphabet, comes first, followed by H, and D, the closest to A, comes last. Now ksort, which sort by the keys, allows us to sort our array alphabetically by the names of our keys. So in this case, English will come first as the E, then French, because F comes after E, and then Spanish. Now, similarly, we can use KR-sort to sort our array reverse alphabetically by the keys. So Spanish would come first, then French, then English. I won't bother to show you that. One more thing I want to show you about arrays is how to add or to alter an element in an array after we've already declared the contents of the array for the first time. We can use the square brackets similarly to how we reference the array to add or alter to the contents of the array. So in this case, let's add a language, Bengali, and we'll put the value on the other side of the isSetTo operator. Ki khobor. So that's added a language. Now let's see what that'll look like in our browser. So it's added a language, added an element, and because we've used the ksort by keys, B, which comes before E, has been set to the first element. It works very similarly for a numerically indexed array. Let's take all this out, and we can say a simple numbers array of 1, 2, 3. Although I say numbers, we're using words really. The words happen to be numbers. And we can say that numbers, now so far we've got elements 0, 1 and 2. So let's say numbers 3 equals 4, just to be confusing. And then we'll use that same little for loop to run through our array and output all the elements. Let's save that and we'll return here 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's put them in without spaces. Oh well. But as we can see, we added an element here and it allowed us to add a completely new element onto the end of our array. So if we change this to element 0, what would happen there? Let's save our script, pop back to the browser, and as we can see, instead of adding the word 4 to the end of the array, it put it in place 0, and so we have 4, 2, 3. It's because we used the index 0 to specify which element we were referring to. So we can see it's just as easy to add and to alter the contents of an array as it is to reference it using the square brackets.